What up, Raf leaders? Welcome back to my channel. We're walking along Massey Road this morning, and the reason why is to take a closer look, have a closer inspection of what's happening at this end of the leading edge of development. That is the houses that are being constructed by, in this case, the Sheriff Group. So Sheriff Group is building these houses in this compound. I think they're probably building them for sale or for lease. Some of them have been completed and some of them are quite massive, like maybe 2,000, 3,000 square feet. But again, like, they're built to maximize the internal space, square footage, and these are all gated communities. So this is the security gate, and so the houses beyond that gate are part of the Sheriff Group's compound. Don't know what they're going for. The people have been asking me for the prices of these houses. I have no idea what they're being sold for, but I guess since they are for sale, you might be able to find that information online. This one is currently being constructed, but this one is complete, and the one next door is closer to completion, though it seems unoccupied. Built. That's what's being built by the Sheriff Group in this neck of the woods. So to get here, we simply come off the end of the bypass road, the East Bank bypass road, and we turn west towards the river, the Demerara River, and the Bank Public Road. And what we're encountering here is the developer Sheriff Group that is making inroads in a lot of sectors of the economy. So for example, they have the started out, I guess, with the sheriff. Sell what? No, you gotta go about another mile or so. Huh? You gotta go another mile, maybe 3 corners. What? Why don't you go to the Massey supermarket? Massey supermarket is at the corner by the road, public road. Okay. So this side here is Sheriff Group, as we were saying. It's a gated community of pretty large houses. So for example, this seems it might be approaching 3,000 or 4,000 square feet. The one in front here, this looks like 1,500, 2,000 square feet, and so on. So on the other side, here it seems somebody built a huge entrance, and in fact this is a large plot of land. Let's see how far it goes. This is a large plot of land. There's a dog over there. That is being prepared for housing development. So this is a large plot of land being prepared for housing development. It seems as if they started building here a long time ago, but they haven't really made much progress. You can see a lot of the mildew on the walls, suggesting that construction here started a while ago, and they started building houses, but they're not completed. So what they call it, Richmondville. So this housing development this is a new housing development being built by a sheriff group. We're calling that one Richmondville. You can see there are houses in various stages of construction and development. Alright, various stages of construction and development. And on the other side, lots more houses being constructed. This seems like a multi-unit building at the edge of a gated community, and inside, of course, many more large structures at various stages of construction. And this is what's on the other side. So it seems as if these houses were constructed a while ago, but they seem to have been stalled. Construction seems to have been stalled. So it seems as if what has happened here is that large plots of land were acquired by developers, and they're using that land to build these houses. However, development has not been smooth. So on the other side, you can see they started but probably ran out of funds or didn't get enough interest from people buying those houses, and that development stalled for a while, and I guess it's going to pick up again eventually. But on this side, as I was saying, the sheriff group is in a number of sectors of the economy. They started out with sheriff security, providing security guards on contract to various government institutions. Now they're expanding into building a mall, shopping center, sheriff hospital, sheriff, this is what, sheriff housing development, and so on. So that's the nature of housing in this neck of the woods. That's Providence on the east bank of Demerara. It's almost entirely being built out by developers, housing developers. So this is a triplet of houses that seem to have been completed, but as yet unoccupied. The outstanding problem I have, of course, is that these houses are still about 20 years behind. They're not what I would consider to be smart homes. 20 years behind in terms of technology and architecture. In other words, they might have been built in the 1990s and the early 2000s because they're using the same ideas, the same mentality, methodology. There's no central air conditioning. and these AC units hanging off the side of the building just look tacky. Okay? Right, it looks as if the builders, the people who are building these homes think they're invisible, you know what I mean? So you build the plumbing and the AC units hanging off the side of the building because you're really not concerned about how it looks on the outside. They're not concerned about how the building looks on the outside. There's no attention to visual the appearance of the building, and for that reason I'm saying it looks tacky, because in the tropics, we're living at the equator. You know that these houses, which are built out of cement, concrete and steel, are going to need cooling because of the nature of the climate and the material. These buildings trap heat, so you're going to need to cool them. So why not build central air conditioning from the start? Right, that would seem obvious to me. Instead, they build these buildings as if they're building them in the 1960s, the mentality of the 1900s, and then they just slap an AC unit on the outside. I mean, even if you're copying this kind of architecture from North America, from Canada, from Ontario, nobody does that anymore. You don't see homes with AC units hanging out the windows or hanging off the side of the building in new construction in Canada or even in the US. You know, back in the 1900s, you can see that in New York, where they didn't think that summer would last very long. A lot of the homes relied on window AC units, so they don't have central air conditioning. But in more recent times, since 1900, since 2000 and beyond, all homes are being built with central AC. So that's what's happening here, guys. This one's called Comfort Villa.